Russian Security Council Deputy Chairman Dmitry Medvedev has said European troops will return in coffins if they are sent to the war in Ukraine. Medvedev made the remarks as high-level officials from European countries, the United States and Ukraine gathered in Paris to discuss the war in Ukraine. Apparently, the top of Ukraine's fascist clique have come to Paris for talks with the UK, Germany and France on how many European coffins they will be ready to accept after the deployment of the troops of the Coalition of the Willing in Ukraine, Medvedev wrote on X social media platform on Thursday. It should be noted that senior Ukrainian officials flew to Paris to meet the US and European delegations. Andrei Yermak, head of the office of Ukraine's Vladimir Zelensky, earlier said that he along with the Ukrainian defense and foreign ministers had arrived in Paris for talks with senior US officials. The White House reported that Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff will hold a meeting with their European counterparts in Paris on April 17 to 18. The meeting in French capital follows another summit held in Paris on March 27 by the Coalition of the Willing, in which representatives from around 30 countries discussed security guarantees for Kiev after conclusion of the peace deal with Russia. French President Emmanuel Macron has welcomed U.S. Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff and U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio to the Élysée Palace for talks on Ukraine. According to Associated Press, Paris is hosting a series of high-level talks about Ukraine and its security. Rubio and Witkoff are taking part, as well as Ukrainian presidential advisor Andriy Yermak and Ukraine's foreign and defense ministers. There are also meetings with countries considering a way to police an eventual peace deal. Thursday's meetings come as concerns grow about U.S. President Donald Trump's readiness to draw closer to Russia as he seeks to broker a ceasefire in Ukraine.
Вот груз 200 привезли. Вон стоят. Вот стоят. Это все пацаны. Вот полная машина. Там дальше машины стоят. А? Я или нет? Мы с Будякой. Вот. Это вот. Груз 200, груз 200. Ой, блядь, пацаны. Нет, мы в Будяк. Вот груз 200 привезли. Вон стоят. Вот стоят. Это все пацаны. Вот полная машина. Там дальше машины стоят. А? Я или нет? Мы с Будякой. Вот. Это вот. Груз 200, груз 200. Ой, блядь, пацаны. Нет, мы в Будяк.
According to Associated Press, Russian President Vladimir Putin compared Elon Musk with a leading Soviet rocket engineer on Wednesday, saying that his ambition to establish a human colony on Mars was similar to the ideas of Sergei Korolev, the man behind the first human flight to space. One might say, Elon Musk is crazy about Mars. Such people rarely appear in the human population, inspired by a certain idea. It's like the ideas of Soviet rocket engineer Sergei Korolev that were once realized, Putin said at a meeting with students Wednesday. Of course, this is a grandiose and interesting task. I am sure it will gather more and more supporters. We also have certain plans, he added.
Мечтаю после окончания университета работать над проектом пилотируемого полета на Марс. Как вы думаете, будет ли у меня такая возможность и планируется ли создание такого проекта в России?
Есть человек в Штатах, он живет, Маск, который, можно сказать, бредит Марсом. Но такие люди не часто появляются в человеческой популяции, заряженные на определенную идею, как в свое время были реализованы идеи того же Королева. Первое, что нужно решить, это проблему длительного и безопасного пребывания человека в космосе. И не просто в ближнем космосе, а в дальнем космосе. Второе, нужно решить вопрос с новыми способами передачи информации. Третье, это обеспечить энергетикой будущие объекты. Но в целом, конечно, это грандиозная задача, интересная. Она, уверен, будет все больше и больше сторонников собирать. У нас тоже есть определенные.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un turned out with his daughter at a ceremony to open a new district of apartment blocks in the capital city Pyongyang on Tuesday. According to Associated Press, the reports and video came from North Korea state media on Wednesday, which often reports news a day or more after it happens. The construction project is part of a big plan to expand Pyongyang. In previous decades, the North Korean capital has gone through big construction projects, but the current series of building is the biggest for many years. North Korean media showed the leader's daughter, Kim Joo-ae, prominently at the event. The area is called Hwasong, and it quite far from the center of Pyongyang.
경사로운 봄 계절과 더불어 장려한 새 모습을 펼치고 김정은 동지께서 중공식장에 나오시자 축포가 터져오르고 폭풍 같은 만세 환호성이 하늘 땅을 증감했습니다. 잔치의 참가자들은 건국일에 있어보지 못한 거창한 창조 대전으로 수도 평양의 눈부신 천지 개벽의 사역사를 김정은 동지께서 준공식에 참가했습니다. 경애하는 김정은 동지께서 준공 테이프를 끊으시었습니다. 위대한 현역의 시대를 상징하는 기념비적 창조물들을 연이어 떠올리며 사랑하는 인민의 복리 증진을 위한 성스러운 요정을 멈춤없이 거폭으로 이어나가는 위대한 조선노동당의 투쟁사의 불멸할 역사적 화폭이 또다시 펼쳐진 준공식장에 경축의 축포탄들이 터져오르고